a former Shippensburg University cheerleader, is headed to the big leagues. She's been selected. It was just one of 11 new people to join the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleading squad. Here to talk more about her life in cheerleading is Angel Golfa. And Angel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Kale. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us here today. I just want, every story has a beginning. So, where did you begin to fall in love with cheerleading?
So honestly, around 5 years old, it was something that I always wanted to do throughout life. But believe it or not, my mom was actually like a big fan of basketball. So she kind of wanted me to do that. So I actually never got a chance to pursue like my career of cheerleading up until college. It's a super like non-traditional story. In my dorm room, my sophomore year, I learned a lot of like the skills that I needed to learn for auditions literally on YouTube. And I went out for the team and I made my first time actually being on a cheerleading team was my sophomore year of college at Shippensburg.
So what inspired you to go out in college after all that time?
So I wanted to start cheerleading in college because it was something that I always wanted to do, and I saw an opportunity to go out for the team. So I just went for it, and ultimately, I made the team in college, and that was my first time cheering, which I know is super non-traditional, but I feel like, it's never too late to go after something that you really want to do.
Is there something about your experience at Shippensburg that has helped you get to where you are today?
Yes, absolutely. So not only like cheering for the fans and attending community events and kind of being involved in a lot of different things on campus, but after college, I was actually involved in the Lancaster Barnstormers dance team for a year. I also danced for another semi-professional team in Trenton. And I think all of those experiences kind of helped me to be able to dance professionally for the Eagles.
So, cheerleading and dancing professionally, a lot of people might not realize the work that goes behind the scenes and all that. So what is your preparation like to be ready to go on game days?
So we have practices 2 days a week for about 3 to 4 hours, and it is very physically demanding, but it's so worth it. We train for this all day long, and at the end of the day, we are ultimately professional athletes. And so we just make sure that we want to eat well, get the proper sleep, and make sure that we're ready for game day.
So becoming one of 11 new additions to the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleading squad is quite the accomplishment. What was that process like going through the auditions?
It is a very rigorous process. There's several rounds. We have an open call round, which is actually virtual this year. You submit a video to them, and then you get called back for hopefully semifinal round, which is another dance round. Following that, there's in-depth business interviews that they conducted via Zoom. And then the final round was actually at Lincoln Financial Field this year for the first time. So you get a chance to dance on the field and get a chance to show the judges, what you would be like if you were actually performing on that field in front of the fans on game day. So it was a really great experience. It's a long process. It's a challenging process, I think, both mentally and physically. But like I said, we train all year for this, and it's something that's so worth it once you find out you get a chance to meet your dream team.
Becoming a Philadelphia Eagles cheerleader is more than just a commitment on Sundays. There's a lot of community work and stuff beyond the field that goes into that. Do you know what to expect coming into your first season?
Yes, absolutely. So the Eagles organization, they're involved in a lot of different community events throughout the year. One of the biggest ones that we look forward to every year, they're very passionate about our Eagles Autism Foundation, and we do have the Eagles Autism Challenge on August 21st. There is a bike ride and a run, a 5K you can run or walk. We have several other community events that we like to be involved in, whether that be, volunteering, different charity events, and just making sure that we're out there in the community and connecting with the fans, not only on game day, but in the community all throughout the year. One of the other things that we really look forward to is our Eagles Junior Cheer Clinics. So kids are able to come and learn some dance moves from us. It's really fun and exciting, and some of those dates will be released on our website.
Awesome. On top of all this, you also work as a talent acquisition consultant for a technology company. How do you balance everything in your life that's going on?
So it's challenging. You basically schedule write everything down, utilize calendars, and just make sure that you prioritize and manage your time wisely.
Was it a dream of yours to become a Philadelphia Eagles cheerleader?
Oh my gosh, yes, it was the biggest dream ever that honestly I wasn't sure if it would ever come true. You know, everyone always tells you to, you know, dream big, especially for someone, a girl like me who never got a chance to cheer all the way up until, you know, college. And I feel like someone that doesn't come from a formal training like dance background, I don't have the 18 years of like ballet or performance or anything like that, but you know, taking classes and just making sure that I'm being like dedicated and focusing on my goals, I think all those things really helped, and it ultimately helped me to be able to achieve this dream that I've had for a really long time.
So you're a Philadelphia Eagles cheerleader. What does it feel like?
It feels amazing. It's a dream come true. Honestly, it's still kind of difficult to describe. Sometimes I still like, you know, pinch myself when I go to practice. I'm like, wait, did they actually pick me? Is this true? It feels great. It's unbelievable. It's I can't describe it. It's exciting, and I'm so happy.
What is, if you could say, what is one thing that you would aim that you're trying to get out of this experience? You know, if there's one thing that you could try to name.
To be able to connect with the fans, you know, there's almost 70,000 fans at Lincoln Financial Field on game day. And I think being able to stand out there on the field and supporting a team that I've been passionate about for so long, I think that, you know, being able to share that energy with the crowd and hopefully be able to add some excitement and smiles back to them on game day, I think will be really exciting.
You can catch the Philadelphia Eagles this fall, Sundays on NFL on Fox, and maybe you'll even catch a few shots of Angel on the team sideline. Thanks for joining us today, Angel.
Thank you so much for having me, Kel.